learning target is, today I will learn about our solar system and build a paper model including all 8 planets and the sun. If you are starting by watching this video, I want you to stop it and go back and watch the video about our solar system and all of the planets. That's where you need to start so that you understand our project for today, and also it will give you a bit more information about the planets and their distance from the sun. Once you have watched the solar system video, we can get started with our project. We are making a flip book of sorts today using the materials in your STEM bag. You'll notice you have the planets and the sun and black strips of paper. You're going to take those items out and use those for our project today. The solid color construction paper needs to stay in your bag. That is for the last week of school. So to begin, start by coloring your planets. It's really easy to color in Earth. You know the colors of Earth with the blue water and the green land. But for the other planets, it can be a little bit more difficult. If you need to and want some color ideas and color help, go back and look at the first video about the solar system. Once your planets are all colored, it's time to cut them out. Be sure to cut them out very carefully, including the rays of the sun, so that we can put them together in our own flip book. This next part requires some attention to detail. First of all, we now have our 8 planets plus the sun, and we also have them cut out so that each of them is its own little sphere. I'm kind of putting mine in little tape dispensers so I don't lose them. Now we have these long strips of paper, and we're going to be making an accordion or flip book. So the way we're going to do that is you need to take out your biggest planet, which is Jupiter. Take that out so that you can use it as a guide for how big you're going to need to make each little accordion fold. Once you have figured that out, go ahead and fold the paper. Sorry that it's a little cut off here in the video, but basically you're folding a flap big enough for the biggest planet to fit on. Once you have that size, you're going to accordion fold the rest of the paper strip, which means I fold it over as big as the flap before it, I crease it, and I flip it over and keep going. Now at the end, I can fold it over, and if your book is a little uneven, that's okay, it can be trimmed up later. But I need to attach the second strip to it, and that's because there are so many planets that we will not be able to fit them all onto one strip of paper. So when you have that last strip, go ahead and glue the second strip on it. And any glue you have will work. If you only have tape, that will work just fine as well. With your second strip of paper glued in place, continue doing the accordion fold all the way to the end of your little strips of paper. So I probably have now made, about 6 or 7 pages, and I am flipping them over back and forth until I get to the end. The end is actually going to be the beginning. It is going to be where I glue the sun. Since all of these planets orbit around the sun, we are going to put the sun at the beginning of our little book so that when we pull and open it up, like you can see here, all of the planets will be there in order from the sun. I've got lots of little pages I can include them on, and I now need to start gluing them into place. I'm folding everything back up into place so that I can get that sun glued down, and then if it's easier, you can always open it up after that. It's hard to see because it's on the black paper, but it's not a full sheet. It's kind of a little 2/3 of a sheet. It doesn't quite have a full page like the other folds that we've made. That's okay. Our sun is going to be in the beginning anyway, so it's fine if it takes up more than just that little piece of paper. So I have my sun placed and ready to go. I now have to think about and figure out what planet comes next. For those of you that don't know the order of our planets, Mercury is closest to the sun. And so when I open up my little page here, the planet that is closest to the sun needs to be Mercury. It's hard to tell which planets are which. I do, except for Saturn, that's a pretty easy one. Earth and Jupiter are pretty easy too. But what I'm going to have you do is go back and watch the video if you're unsure the order of our planets. And that way you can try to match up these planets with the true order and true sizes. It's not easy because some of them look so similar. But I know you'll be able to figure out where Earth goes. I know you'll be able to figure out where Jupiter goes and where Saturn goes. Also, you probably have a good idea now about Mercury and maybe even Mars. So go ahead and work through your planets. Show me what you've created in Google Classroom. Still watching at this point, then good for you, because I am going to give you the order of our planets. Starting with the sun, you open it up and you have Mercury, and then Venus, then Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and finally Neptune is going to be your last planet. Great job, Cubs!